Hello, folks. Welcome to the Small Business Series. Now, this week, we continue with the topic of small business startups. And today, we shine a light on the management skills you need to be successful in business. Hi, my name is Richard Fontenay, and welcome aboard to this podcast. First, let me explain a little bit about myself and my business experience. Now, I have extensive experience in business development and growth. For over 35 years, I ran my consulting, coaching, and training firm with offices in Regina downtown core. Not only did I run our own business, but I also worked with a number of businesses and agencies, from startups to large corporation offices, and provided face-to-face training to over 15,000 people from those companies and agencies. So, as I've said in previous podcasts, I've been there, I've done that, and I've got the t-shirt. Now, over the past 5 to 7 years or so, I've transitioned our business to an online virtual business. And now I write articles for our Fontenay magazine, e-learning, and write and publish ebooks, provide PLR offerings, and offer training programs and coach virtually. Conduct podcasts just like this one, all from the comfort of my home. Now, I share this background to let you know that my experience spans both the bricks and mortar world and the virtual world of internet marketing. In both worlds, my overall purpose is to help people integrate their business, work, and their life holistically so that they can become the best that they can be as they search for their true selves. By the way, if you're interested in digital reviews and affiliate marketing, I recommend you tune into our other channel, Affiliate Marketing with Richard. I've provided the link below. Now let's move on to today's topic, the key management skills needed to succeed in any business, whether bricks and mortar or virtual. Now, if you want to open a business, you need management skills. And last week we talked about the leadership skills and qualities that you need. And during that podcast, I mentioned that many business people have leadership skills, but are short on management skills. Others have management skills and are short on leadership skills. And many are blessed with both. Now, when starting a business and keeping it in growth mode, you need both. And it becomes a balancing act. Now, if you're short on one, look for someone who can complement the other, or take courses to fill the gap. Now, here are 9 key management skills that complement the leadership qualities that we identified in our previous podcast. Number 1, managing self. Now, self-management is a primary skill you must possess at the startup and throughout the life of your business. Now, this skill requires discipline and drives your ability to plan, organize, prioritize, and control all the doable details necessary to get your business off the ground. Now, it keeps you focused on what is important in your business and personal life, and once mastered, opens the door to greater work-life balance and integration. Now, if you struggle to manage yourself, I urge you to take a time management course now. It will be money well spent, and it will pay dividends with improved productivity, increased in bottom line, and reduced personal stress. Now, I have provided a couple of resources for you in the description below. Check them out. The second skill that you require is managing products or managing projects. Now, when you start a business, you have many projects on the go. Now, here is an excellent thumbnail approach. Number one, list all your projects. Put them all down on a piece of paper. Focus on one project at a time. Set clear objectives for each of those projects. And break the project down into manageable tasks. And then work on one task at a time. Also, build that task into your calendar, whether that's virtual or real, so that you can focus on what is really important related to the project at hand. Now, too often, budding entrepreneurs try to do too much at once, and with disastrous results. When one tries to do too much at once, little gets done. Important things get lost and forgotten, and stress piles up. Now, once you identified the number of projects you have on the go, place them on a planning board, a board that you can visually look to check on where each project comes, at what point they come on, and when a new one comes along, you can prioritize it and add it to the board in a space where you can best tackle it. Number 3 is managing information. Now, a key element in today's business is the management of information. At startups, owners need to begin to identify the type of information they need to manage. Basic information relating to products and services and their distribution, customer profiles and customer activity, sales and marketing activity, and company financials. All of these indicate the health of any business. Now, information about licensing, market trends, product changes, regulatory and taxation requirements, and performance, all outcomes should be addressed early so that you can stay on top of the game and meet government requirements if you need to. Number 4, managing resources. Now, what resources, you say? I'm just at the beginning stages of my business. Well, you're right. At the beginning stages of your business, you may be the only people resource you have. Or you may have someone at the get-go, like your spouse or a part-time administrative assistant, or even a partner. Whatever the case may be, there are people and resources you need to manage, even if it is yourself. And if that is the case, you will need the time management skills we talked about earlier. Now, you will also have material assets. Those are resources too. You have a vehicle, perhaps, a computer, printer, software, filing cabinets, desks, tools, and a location, whether that's your home or otherwise. And of course, you have your finances. Now, all of these need to be managed efficiently so as not to affect your bottom line adversely. The fifth skill is planning. Now, too many businesses start without a plan. We talked about this in our previous podcast. You know, the budding entrepreneur often has an idea and then jump starts to make it happen. Sometimes jump starting it puts you in a position where, for instance, you don't have traffic. I think of a restaurant that I helped open that was in the wrong place. The owner said, this is the cheapest place. And I said, the cheapest place does not necessarily mean the best place. And he lacked a lot of traffic and consequently went belly up. Yes, you need to jumpstart your business. You are excited to get it going, but make sure you take the time to clarify your vision, why you want to get into the business, your mission, what you want to accomplish, where and with whom, your values, both personal and business, your objectives. What is it that you want to achieve in very specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and trackable terms? And all the other elements of your business plan. Then manage and lead with your plan. Planning gives you the direction for your business, which is a leadership quality, but making it happen takes management skills. The sixth skill is called organizing. Now, this skill goes beyond managing yourself and projects. It involves really developing a structure for delivering goods and services. Now, here you are mapping out who does what. Now, when you're at the birthing stage of your business, who does what is usually you and maybe one other person. You are the CEO and the janitor at the same time. And as Michael Gruber explains in his classic book, The E-Myth, you wear many hats. Now, I suggest that a budding entrepreneur develop an organizational chart. For instance, identify functions such as human resources, sales, marketing, finance, and operations. And put yourself in each box, because you will be carrying out those functions. Unless, of course, you're operating as an affiliate commissioner, in which case you are a salesperson for other people and receive an income for doing so. And we can talk about that in another podcast. Now, when you clarify the various roles and functions of your business at StartUP, you will have a blueprint for all that you need in your business to operate it successfully as it grows and as it develops. The seventh skill is controlling. Now, I get the impression that many people don't like to talk about control. However, control is important, not only when you start a business, but also throughout its life. Now, I'm not referring to a command and control management style regarding people. But here you want, in that case, you want engagement and participation. You know, what I'm talking about is control over those aspects of your business that you need to control. However, even engaging others, you require an element of control to manage the process and keep it on track. Now, as you start your business, you need to control your finances, your inventory, the information you receive, the structure you set up, and the strategies you employ. In other words, you kickstart your business with creativity and ingenuity, and then you manage the process with control so that you can achieve positive outcomes and results. The eighth skill that I've identified is called measuring. Now, Peter Drucker once said, if you can't measure it, you can't improve it. So, set up systems to measure your sales, your marketing activities, customer relations, financial health, and strategic initiatives. The metrics you establish will help you identify your business success factors and areas for improvement. Now, without the metrics, you will guess at the numbers, and sadly, you may find that you're off track, but really think that you're doing well. But on the other hand, things are really going backward. You know, entrepreneurs like to think optimistically, but metrics often temper this attitude with reality. And the final skill that I've identified is developing systems and processes. Now, when it comes to developing systems and processes, I highly recommend that you start building effective systems and processes for sales, lead generation, follow-up, and closures in your first year of operation. You should also file both paper and virtual information, keep records, and manage your finances. You know, I've worked with too many business owners who have left these important elements to chance and found that they were disorganized, stressed, and couldn't tell me how many sales were on the horizon. They were reactive. They suffered from a paper pile syndrome. You know, those great big piles of paper that might be all over the place. And had difficulty in preparing for their year-end financial statements. Now, it takes management and administrative skills to ensure you have the appropriate systems and the processes in place so that you can manage yourself and your business effectively and efficiently. Now, here are 10 questions to ask yourself. How well do I manage myself? Do I plan today for tomorrow? Do I set 3 priorities to work on daily? Have I set a project planning board for all the projects I have on the go? Do I need to develop better planning skills? What will my organizational structure look like? How will I control my resources, finances, and information? Have I considered how I will measure outcomes? What are the first systems and processes I need to put into place? And number 10, have I drafted a business plan? Now, if you want help with these questions, please check out the Biswali system in the description below. So there you have it, folks. I have outlined 9 key management skills that business people need to start and eventually run any business. To recap, management skills include managing self, projects, information, resources, systems and processes, And you also need your management skills to include planning, organizing, controlling, and measuring. Now take the time to assess your skill sets. And if you find you are short in any of the areas, take courses to fill a gap. Or, if you can, hire a person to fill in that gap. Now, as I mentioned in my previous podcasts, my approach to business startups and running a business is more about learning about yourself than the technical aspects of your business. Now, I don't want to downplay the technical aspects of your business. They are important. But more importantly, you need to know where you stand before jumping into the business of business. Now, next Wednesday, I'll ask the question, is it only about the money? I hope you'll join us. And also, please consider subscribing to this channel below. It certainly will help the YouTube algorithm, and I do thank you for doing so. Now, remember to check out the resources in the description below. Pay specific attention to Biswali, a coaching process for brick and mortar and internet marketing businesses. Now, bye for now. See you next week.